All right, what is happening, viewers? This is One Life to Play's Get the Effing Phone podcast. No intro videos tonight because we are working on a new setup. But I am your host, Larry Brass, and I'm here with Tony Hannity.
What's up, guys?
So, Tony, how's it been going?
It's been going great, man. I actually, non-work related, I actually got to meet a cousin of mine that I've never met in person before. It was just through Facebook and other Facebook connections that we, connected essentially. And we had my wife and family and we all had lunch with her and her friend in San Francisco, and it was cool.
Cool, making connections,
Yeah.
family connections.
Family connections. Yeah.
All right. So, if you guys are watching on the stream, we do want some feedback on how the stream looks, how the sound sounds, because my week has been pretty pleasant. I did get rid of the MacBook Pro. I'm now on a gaming PC. I've been playing a lot of games.
Woo!
So there's fun times to be had over here.
I was watching one of your streams, and I Like Potatoes got on one of your streams.
Yeah, he joined me one night. I was playing some.
Yeah.
What was I playing that night? Heroes of the Storm, the Blizzard game. Yep, I love that game.
There's some pretty cool updates coming up for that game that they announced at Gamescom.
Oh yeah,
as well too. So I'm excited for you, not for me. I'm not going to get into that game. But
you're not gonna get into it? What? It's a good game.
That's the problem. It looks like so much fun, and the games that I'm already involved in, I'm like, I don't have time. I just really don't have time.
All right, well,
I've made a conscious decision to try to get into bed like before or close to like 1 o'clock if I can, and that game is going to clearly bring me into 4 a.m. like the other games did. So,
right,
yeah.
All right, well, want you guys to know if you're watching, you can always catch the replays on YouTube at One Life to Play. You can also catch Lazy Tech Guys on their YouTube channel. That's Lazy Tech TV. You see that right down in the corner too. We want to thank you guys for watching, and make sure you follow us and like us over on Facebook and Twitter. You see that right there at One Life to Play and at Lazy Tech Guys. Have you been doing any Periscoping, or you moved on from Periscope?
It's on hiatus. I haven't moved on. Again, just no time. Unless people want to watch me drive. And
watch you drive.
I mean, y'all can watch me listen to podcasts and sing along to some heavy metal and metalcore songs. Like I could do that, but that's not tech related.
I think I need to start Periscoping. I have not done it yet. I haven't even made anything, so maybe I will start Periscoping. But tonight I am drinking Bud Light Platinum.
Oh, tonight I am drinking H2O.
As we each take a sip, we'll move right into our first segment, which we do every week, which, by the way, we are a little late and we're off schedule because this is a test podcast. We are testing a new setup, new stream, everything like that, so join us in the chat room too. But as we do every week, we get into Around the Room. So let's get that started.
Look at that, everybody.
Check that one out.
Look at that. Marty Lardy is on!
Look at that.
Marty Lardy says, hey guys, and it looks good.
All right, so we do have the chat popped up right in the window there for you guys too. So if you're not able to jump in the chat, say you're watching on your mobile phone, you can still follow the chat right there too. Even though the Twitch app is doing really good now, I'm able to see some of our past replays. I'm able to see our highlights too now in the Twitch app. So that's pretty awesome. Before I wasn't able to see that kind of stuff, and I don't know. I've only been able to see it since I got the new machine, so I don't know if that had anything to do with it, the way I was streaming out, that why they weren't making those videos available before, but I'm glad they are available, so you can always go over to your Twitch app and catch replays of the show that way as well. So this past week, what I've been playing, obviously on a new gaming machine, I've been trying to get my hands on everything. I've been playing Heroes of the Storm, I've been playing PlanetSide 2, been playing Gotham City Imposters, because I am now understanding what everyone has been telling me, and I'm not saying I'm fully converted yet, but PC gaming is by far pretty sweet compared to console gaming.
That's yeah. Remember, I think it was my first podcast with you where we had this discussion, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, I mean, especially with the output of graphics and
Yeah.
everything else you can do with keyboard and mouse, and just being that much quicker on the trigger, so to speak. It makes a big difference.
Yeah, maybe it was just because I couldn't do it before, but now being able to do it, it is loads of fun. So I actually got into a new MMO because I didn't want to go back to World of Warcraft immediately, just because of the subscription. So I've been playing Terra. Have you heard of it?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've heard Terra.
Yeah,
I've
so
heard good
it's
things.
action-based MMO.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's really fun. It's really fun. I have not streamed any Terra yet, so probably this week I'll be setting up a overlay and getting some streaming of some Terra out there too. But I do like the game. I like the idea that it's not just this click and battle, click combat, and real basic stuff. This is really tactical. Like you got to be on the move. You got to time it right. And you got some pretty cool effects from the abilities that you do. You actually see it looks like you're really making some sort of impact, especially with the guns and the battling and stuff like that too. So I did pick a gunner. I guess you could be swords or hunter with a bow and arrow, but I picked the gunner because the guns look sweet. So I'm having a good time with that game. And outside of that, I did download Portal. I have not played it yet on the PC, but I'm looking forward to it. And I did get into the Fable Legends beta, so this going to be so much fun. I don't think
That's
I'll
going to
go
be
back.
good, especially with Windows 10.
Yeah,
That's going to be nice because then, if for those who don't know, the Fable Legends is going to be the kickoff game that allows you to basically have the same sandbox between the Xbox One and the PC.
right.
So no longer will you just have your two sandboxes. Hopefully, more and more developers will take advantage of that cloud-based connection, I guess, and you can play no matter what kind of console you're on.
I just don't know why there's no talk of putting Halo 5 on PC. That would just be sweet. Even if it was only multiplayer, like no campaign, just multiplayer Halo 5 on PC.
Well, next time I talk to Major Nelson on Twitter, I'll let him know. Say, you know what, Braz said this.
Let him
and
know.
You should listen to Braz.
Always.
And he'll respond with, first off, who are you? Like, I talked to you the other day. I know Braz. You know that the guy with. Okay, never mind.
Tell him who I am. He'll know me though. He should know me. So yeah, that's what I've been doing this past week. What have you been playing, or any toys that you've come across that seem pretty cool? You want to share?
Yeah, I actually put up a couple of reviews on Lazy Tech TV, one of which is somewhere around here. Is it in here? Yes, it is. This is the Soul Pro battery charger. So we all know like battery chargers and everything like that. This is another one that was given to me at a Microsoft event. It says, do great things. And Braz knows that whole slogan.
Oh, yeah.
But the thing about this one is that cue music. Dun, 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 dun. It's solar powered. So in the event that you have a great summer like we've been having here in the Bay Area, you could effectively never have to worry about charging your phone or your tablet. And it has a 5,000 milliamp battery, but when I was testing it with my G4, which has a 3,200 milliamp battery, something like that, this is supposed to charge it according to the packaging. I think I threw it away, but the packaging says 3 times charge. I'm like, great, this will charge my phone 3 times more over. It charged my phone and then it died. So I'm like, okay, that's great. And then obviously the device itself can get recharged just by plugging it into a computer or to the wall, or obviously using the power of the sun. But that defeats the whole purpose of it being 3 times charged. So I have a big issue with that. Another thing I've been playing around with, which I gave to my brother's girlfriend. How many times have you ever tried to use a flash drive with an iPhone or iPad? Well, never, because you just can't. But there might have been times where you needed to.
Right.
And
Of
SanDisk
course.
came out with a device called the iXpand, and that basically plugs into, on one side it's a USB 2.0, and on the other side it's a Lightning connection. And so you can plug it into your PC or Mac, transfer your files, and then into your iPhone or iPad, you can then download whatever files that are on that flash drive through through an application that you download for free in the iOS App Store.
I was about to ask, how do you get to File Explorer?
Yeah, okay, it's from an app, and it's not extremely intuitive, but it might have to do with the fact that I haven't been on iOS for so long. But it does the job. And conversely, if you have things on your iPhone that you need to get off and you don't want to use the cloud, including your contact list, it has a feature where you can, when you plug it in, it automatically would download all the pictures, download or copy all the pictures that are on your iPhone, so you can then make more room on the iPhone, so you can like, fill it up with more pictures later on. Right. So, I mean, the device itself, it's a little pricey. I have to find out the price, but it comes in 32, 64, and 128 gigabytes, and it physically looks like an Apple device. I mean, other than the whole SanDisk iXpand branding that they put on there, it does have a very much of an Apple feel to it, which is great for Apple people. And I would definitely give it a buy if that is something that you need. I mean, Braz and I, being Windows and Android people on a day-to-day basis, we've got the ability to plug in flash drives without a problem. But this is continuing to be an issue for iOS users. So this is a really good solution for that. So go check that out if you're an iOS person. The last physical thing that I forgot to realize. These are the LG Tone headphones. They're out now. They're like $80 or something like that. They're your run-of-the-mill LG stereo A2DP headphones that you can get. They go on your neck, and then you just plug in the headphones. I forgot that this actually has the ability to pair to two different devices at the same time, and this is more of a tip than anything else. So if you buy this and you have two phones, like Braz and I do, you can actually pair both phones to this, and it will allow you to, have your Bluetooth, communications without having to disconnect and reconnect and do all that hubbub. And it's, once you've got a pair, it's good to go. And I've been using it for the past few days, and I'm really glad that I found that out. With regards to what I've been playing, I've been playing hardcore on my OnePlus 2. The mobile game Fallout Shelter, and I am currently with 33 inhabitants, 33 dwellers, 87% happiness, and I've got essentially, I don't know if you can see it with the glare, but 3 levels of different rooms.
I see that. Okay.
I will be honest, this is my 3rd attempt at making a vault work. Because one time I made a vault and they all died because because raiders came in, and none of my characters had any weapons. So then I was like, okay, I'm gonna go get weapons now. And I've done a bunch of other things too. One of which included actually taking advantage of in-app purchasing. And I swore to God or somebody, whoever, that I would never buy anything for mobile games, but especially for Bethesda, because it's not like they need the money. But at the same time, I was like, you know what? Who am I kidding? I mean, there's always going to be a point, especially in mobile games. Maybe you've experienced this with Clash of Clans as well too, where there's only so much that you can do, where you're like, you know what? I can't rest on my laurels. I can't rest on this idea that I can play this game for free forever. And I'm sure I could, but paying the extra $3.99, which I got for free, by the way, doing some surveys from Google, I was able to kick it up a notch, and well, I'm at where I'm at, and not a humongous amount of people have died yet. Only one person, and I can live without it.
Only one person died? That's
it. What happened was I sent them out to explore. So when you send out somebody to explore the region or whatever, they can pick up XP, they can pick up caps, they can find weapons and other things. But if you don't call them back in time, they can stay out there and die. And I didn't call them back in time. And the morning afterwards, I went back to the game, like, so-and-so has died. Do you want to revive? I'm like, nah, never mind.
Just forget about him.
He didn't collect a lot of caps. I mean, if this were real life, that might be a different story. But you know, it's just a game.
I'm not gonna live in your vote. Jeez, I'm just gonna leave it to die.
Speaking of games, I actually sent you a video a couple of days ago on Facebook regarding the live action of Mortal Kombat violence. Did you see that I sent you?
How'd you send that? I didn't see that.
It was on Facebook. I just tagged you in the video. So there's a go check it out on YouTube. But there's a group of these Australian guys that basically took every fatality from Mortal Kombat and made it in real life, and with the special effects that they used. It's one thing to do it in the game, and especially with the games for Mortal Kombat these days, it does still look very realistic, but we're still desensitized by it, like whatever. But when you see these these regular everyday guys that are starting an argument, and then all of a sudden he's ripping the guy's spine out, it's like, holy fuck, that is disgusting. It's like, oh Jesus. And then even the mother gets involved. It's pretty hilarious. But the graphics, the special effects are done really well. Like,
you know what, we've got the technology. We're gonna take a look at this video now. I'm trying to see where the tag is at. Well, do you remember what day it was?
Oh God, it was a couple of days ago.
It's not that video. Mentioned you in the comment. This may be it. Yep, I got it.
You got it? Okay.
Yep. Let's see if we can get this into the stream.
The group is called Raka Raka, and it's titled Real Life Mortal Kombat Fatalities.
Okay, so let's see how I can get this in here.
While Braz is doing that, Marty, you just got off, man.
I just got off of work.
You got off early. That's good.
I need to. That's why I missed my Safari. I had a way to download videos from using Flash through plugins. I have a different way. Let's try this. And a window capture. And I will have it pick up the audio, right? It should get the audio. And of course the capture's not working. I bet that's because his internet or Microsoft Edge is not allowing it to capture the window. Let me throw it in. I'll throw it in Chrome. Oh, not that Chrome. Yeah.
So Marty, how was your weekend? Anything exciting happened to you?
And like we said, this is a test show, so we are doing these things so then we can get this set up for future shows to be even better. So let's see here. If I decide that I want to take this one.
What are you streaming, Marty? What kind of games? Alright, let's take a look.
The Shattering? Oh. I thought you said he was streaming the Shattering. Where did I just see that at?
The Shattering? That's a thing? What's a Shattering?
It actually comes up in later in our topics. But I thought he said he was streaming some Shattering. It's a new game by Cliff Bleszinski. Okay, so let's see if this works. Not sure if this is gonna work too well. I want to make sure that we got the sound to come out of it too.
There's something out there watching.
Oh, yeah, it does. Alright, so these are some of the videos, but here is the video that we're looking for. This is... This is the video we're looking at here. So, some Mortal Kombat fatalities in real life.
You guys played new Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, bro. Fucking shit. How's it shit?
How is it not shit? It's the fucking fatalities are bullshit. And they're unrealistic as fuck.
I could probably do a few of those fatalities of you.
You reckon?
Fucking reckon. Yeah, try it. Yeah, we'll try it. You wanna try
Show
it?
me fatalities, come on.
I'll fatality you, bro. That's cute. Take a fucking swing.
Oh, damn! Damn! Damn!
I'll be mad if they fuck that like a real like that. Does anybody come in and say whoopty?
Look, see that?
Yeah. So melting in his face.
Oh, God!
Finish him!
Yeah! Go for it!
Oh shit, no.
That's like,
Fatality.
that
Wait,
is
Mom, can you
literally
take me to school?
like
Mom's
a
past dad.
nightmare right now.
He does it to the kid?
He does it to the kid! Come here!
That was for my son, you bastard.
Oh!
Scorpion.
This is too much.
Oh, that's another. Oh God, that's another.
How is this other dude still alive watching?
I know, right? That's what I wondered too. But hey, whatever.
Alright. The Raka Raka. They get all props for that. That is mad props. Good job, Raka Raka.
Yeah, seriously, that must have taken a lot to publish. And then they had another one that I watched that I've seen before, which is Halo versus Call of Duty. And like, when you get a chance, go watch that.
Yeah, we'll take a look at that one. Then that seems a lot of work then, but
yeah.
I like the effort. I like the entertainment value of it.
Well, because I like one of my favorite channels I watch on YouTube for like that kind of special effects is Digital Condor and Freddie Wong. He really started that whole kind of.
Is it Digital Condor or Digital Corridor?
Corridor, sorry.
Yeah, Digital Corridor. I watched them too. Oh, I love their videos.
And Freddie, and I was like, they kind of started that. I wouldn't say they started, but they just really popularized that kind of mini film. You know, you have a lot of high production value, but for YouTube.
Yeah.
And I saw these guys a long time ago, the Raka Raka, but I didn't really put a lot of stock into them. But now, a huge new form of respect for them. So.
Yeah, they're doing it out there, man. That looks awesome.
Yeah, seriously.
All right, so let's move right along. Let's get into some tech news.
Let's do it.
First thing up, I think I have something else for this. But first thing up, we do have that would be Apple. Apple is in the news. We talked about them before when it comes to Apple Music. But a lot of people are a little upset by the amount of information they release in regards to numbers of Apple Music users. So there was a study that was posted that said nearly half of Apple Music users had ditched the service. But the story comes around where they're talking about Apple had rebutted the numbers, saying that a wide majority of users are still on their music streaming service. And I don't know. I mean, without Apple even disclosing numbers of what, how many, say, Apple Watches they sold, or even still specifically how many iTunes subscribers are out there, or users are out there, they seem to only come around to release a number when the number benefits them, right?
Yes. Any company will, though. Any company will. I mean, like, we were coming from, like, when we were at our little thing, they were talking about all the great numbers that the company that you and I work for were doing in the Xbox realm. But a week earlier, during the Sony PlayStation conference, they were saying, we are beating the competition with these numbers. So you can, that's the thing about statistics. You can skew it any way that you want. You just have to do it in a right setting.
But I think the biggest problem that doesn't come from just them skewing the number in a specific instance. It's just only wanting to talk when the time is right. Like, so this is on TNW News, thenextweb.com. They're basically saying, and I agree with this, I think it would have been a huge headline if they were only able to state how many Apple Watches, just give us sale figures for how many Apple Watches they sold in the first quarter, or on its release. But they never said it. They never said anything about it. And I think it would have been an astronomical number compared to, the market share that Android or Samsung really already had when it came to the wearable watches. They would have beat them out the water. But why don't you say anything then? So to be able to pick and choose what you want to say about the success or failures of your company or service, I think that's where everybody is up in arms. But an interesting thing did happen. It seems that when the case study went out, a lot of the pundits were just all over the fact that Apple's are so silent. Why don't they say anything? Those numbers seem right, and it would seem to be correct that people didn't use the service. So yeah, nearly half, I think more than half, don't use it or did drop it, and most of them that are still on are still only on a free trial. But then as soon as Apple reviewed the numbers, those same pundits just came back around and just said, well, yeah, the numbers must have been skewed, the numbers must have been off. I can't believe that that study would have done that, and then they started damning the study.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about studies, one of the studies that was taken for the Apple Watch with respects to who is getting, or rather how many people are getting the Apple Watch, was through an application which tracks packages. And not everybody uses this particular application. It wasn't USPS, it wasn't UPS, it wasn't FedEx. It was a third-party application that tracks packages from Apple, and I guess maybe based off of the order number or something, they were able to get from that set of information that, oh, these are all the people that are ordering Apple Watch. So that's the only way that we were able to disseminate any kind of information about how many are reportedly getting Apple Watches. This one is the same thing. It's Music Watch, which is a third-party company. I mean, their business is to come up with statistics and things like that. I don't know in the music business if Music Watch is a favored analytic group that's out there, because there's all these different analytic groups that are trying to, fight for the best quality of information that they're giving, but they are the only ones that have been giving this information. And either way, I mean, I think Apple I think at the end of the day, Apple is, even after the free service, Apple is still going to go hard with their music because, like, first off, they're gonna have a lot more exclusives. Dr. Dre released his album exclusive to Apple Music first. I mean, if more musicians do that, that's just going to help the brand for Apple Music, and we're gonna start seeing people, especially families, move over from Spotify to Apple. As you've mentioned before in previous shows, the one downside with Apple is that currently it's only on Apple devices. But Apple did say that they are coming out with an Android app to replace the Beats app. So that argument is going to go out the window as well too. I'm not saying personally I would use it, but a lot of people that were saying how the radio station was kind of a silly idea and that the whole world would be listening to one radio station essentially. Why would we do that? Because we have so many choices. Well, those same people are saying this was actually a good idea. Having Justin Timberlake give him his own hour once a week, that's a good idea. Because that's going to get those, again, it's the exclusivities of it. So it was an interesting study, but that's as far as I'm taking it. It's just numbers that there's third-party companies giving. Apple's trying to rebuke it. Tech pundits are maybe going back on what they initially said. The way that I'm taking is I'm going to give it 6 more months to see what people or maybe Apple will definitively say. And at their Apple press conference in October, they'll definitively say, these are the amount of people that have stuck even after for the free 3 months that we had. And
Right.
these are the amount of people that we're expected to get in the next 6 to 12 months.
All right. We'll see what happens then along with those lines, if they can give us some specific numbers or if they're still just going to be dodgy about it. But I don't know. I still have yet to see it. By the way, I should mention my wife and daughter, they have upgraded. They now have iPhone 6.
Okay.
So they are enjoying themselves.
You let
I
them in the
guess.
house? No.
So here's a way. I'm going to tell you what happened here. So my wife ended up, she was looking for her contacts. I guess she lost them or something. And I just hipped her to the fact to back up her phone on iTunes. So she downloaded iTunes to her Toshiba, and she was surprised. I guess there's a lot of people out there who have iPhones but don't have MacBooks and don't realize that they can just download iTunes to their PC and still back their phone up that way. There's a lot of people out there who don't know that.
Well, even with MacBooks, man, not a lot of people know. You and I are in the bubble,
Yeah.
so we think it's weird.
Okay.
When you tell people like what you think is you just assume because iPod, iTunes,
Right.
iPhone, iTunes, you just assume it. You tell people, oh, you can do this. Like, really? Since when? Like, since 2007.
Yeah, but seriously, the conversation was you could download iTunes to your PC, and it was like, what? I could do that? And then on top of that, and then you could back your phone up. So it was a whole, world of revelation right there.
Yeah.
But she backed her phone up a couple weeks ago, and she was having issues trying to find some contacts she was looking for. So I said, just restore the backup, and you should be fine. Because she did replace the phone after having some issues or something. They sent her a new phone, so I guess she lost some stuff. Told her to back up. So it turns out that I guess when she plugged her phone in after the backup to get it charged, we literally thought somebody was hacking her phone because it would just sit there on a charger and apps would just start opening up by themselves and like just going through motions. Didn't know what was going on.
Yeah,
So
weird.
I'm like, something's wrong with your phone. I don't want to have to do a full restore, but something's seriously wrong with your phone, and I don't know why you keep on having problems with this phone, or having problems with the iPhone 5. So I say you just might as well just go upgrade now. Just go get an iPhone 6. So she went out and did that. She comes back with an iPhone 6 later that night. She decides to restore the backup again from iTunes. Still using the same charger instead of the one that came in the box. So she's using that charger. After she backs up, she sets the phone down, and again, Ghost app opening all over again. I'm like, what is going on with this backup? I'm thinking it's the backup that's causing this to happen. So then I unplug it from the computer, and I'm like, I looked at the cable, I'm like, what's going on with this cable? Didn't you get a new one with the phone? She said, yeah, but it's still in the box. Well, why are you using this one? or I didn't feel like getting it out the box. Then I asked the question, where did this cable come from? So it turns out that it was the same iPhone cable she had, except she was hooking it into the power brick. Even though they looked the same, she was hooking it into a power brick that came with an iPad.
Okay.
So when you do that, it's too much voltage going to your phone.
Yes.
So that's what's causing the apps to open like that. So, handy tip. If your kid's out there, if you're a kid out there and you want to convince your parents that you need a new phone and upgrade to the iPhone 6, go find the power brick from an iPad, plug it up in there, and just let them know something's wrong with your phone. Because now she's mad at me because I convinced her to get the iPhone 6 when all she really had to do was get a new charger. But she is happy with the iPhone 6.
When did this happen?
This was just a couple days ago. She went on Friday.
So she can't be that mad because she's still in her return time frame period.
Hey, she don't need to know that. Why you? She might watch this. Why you all telling her that?
Oh, Braz's wife. I was kidding. That you can only do that in Puerto Rico.
Yep, that's China. Only China do they have return policies.
The Puerto
that make
Rico
sense.
part of China.
It is part of China. See, now she's never gonna believe you. But okay, so switching realms away from Apple, we'll go to the far right over here to Microsoft. So Microsoft has released a pretty slick looking accessory here.
Yeah,
the foldable keyboard. And I wish I could pause this slideshow. You see what that's paired with right there, right? That's sitting there next to an LG G4.
G4.
But it is the universal foldable keyboard, ultra thin, versatile keyboard for Android, tablet, or smartphone. They haven't said so it does work with Android, Windows, and iOS devices, and moreover, it does pair it to 2 devices too. So you can switch between the 2 of them with just the press of a button. You see that button on the long side there on the right hand side, right above the last few keys. But it is a foldable keyboard, super thin. It reminds me of if you folded a Surface keyboard in half, with a little ridge down the middle. And I don't know if it comes with the stand that they're using for this phone, but that would be awesome too if it came with a little stand for your phone. But the fact of the matter is you now have a Bluetooth keyboard that's universal across all OSs and just looks really, really awesome to pick up. I don't know if there is a price on this yet or not. Have you seen a price on this, Tony? What's that?
$75.
75? Oh yeah, on Amazon for 75. Or directly from Microsoft for the handy dandy price of $99.95.
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna go to Amazon. Go to
Amazon. It doesn't look like that stand that you saw comes with it. Although you can, if you're gonna buy it on Amazon, you can buy a stand for like $5 on Amazon. So I wouldn't worry about that. And you're still coming up, Larry, over going to the Microsoft stores. But one thing I'm wondering about, you mentioned the Surface keyboard.
Mm-hmm.
Explain to me why that's more expensive than this. Explain to me. Why is that still more expensive than this?
Because it has the connector in it to connect directly to it.
That's worth the $60 more or whatever it is.
Well, from what I'm understanding too, this is not backlit.
Okay, I guess.
I've been in the stores a lot lately, and I'm finding that backlit keyboards are really important to people. I don't know why.
They are.
But they're super important to people, and I try to urge people at the same time too. They're I talk to a lot of customers, and they end up telling me, I need a backlit keyboard so in case I'm working at night. And I'm like, okay, if you're working at night, you should turn a light on.
Yeah, that's bad for your eyes.
Yeah, you probably just shouldn't do that. You should not be in a dark room with a laptop.
I get it though. Like if you're on a plane, even the little light overhead, it's not going to do that much. And I think the backlit keys, it's more of a safety net than anything else, and people just want to have that because it's such an inexpensive add-on to have. It's just like little LED lights. It's not too much to ask for. And now they're putting backlit keys in the mid-range and lower-end computers. So there's that, I guess.
Yeah, I guess it's good to see them back in the low-range computers, but it does seem like a huge step in price when you think about, I want a backlit keyboard, Well, you get a backlit keyboard, you're gonna get a whole slew of other things too. So you're gonna end up paying, another $150, $200 for that device versus if you just didn't want the backlit keyboard and this is something that's gonna get the job done, then go with it without the backlit. But yeah, I find that's pretty important to people. So, but this one does not have the backlit keyboard, and that is surprising to me how similar it does look to the Surface keyboard, like you're mentioning. But that's really all I can say. Whether if it's why the price is a little higher than a Surface keyboard, I get it. I mean, Microsoft is selling for $99. It's not like they're selling it for $74 everywhere. And I'm sure you can find a Surface keyboard for a little bit less than the $130 on Amazon as well.
Well, you know what this does have that the Surface keyboard doesn't have is the fact that this is water resistant.
Yeah, I was gonna. Yeah, there's the next mention.
So
I want to say water resistant. I would call it splash proof.
Okay.
Splash proof.
Yeah, I usually consider water resistant to be splash proof, but water resistant is always confused with waterproof. I'm like, no,
when you tell somebody it's water resistant, they're gonna be poolside with it and think they're gonna do a cannonball.
No, I honestly, I literally told that to a customer about a phone, and he's like, "Oh, so it's waterproof?" And then he spilled Coke on it. I'm like, "Well, first off, that's not water, that's Coke." So the street gross, and he ruined the phone. He did it in the store. This was when I worked at Verizon. I'm like, "Sir, you can't do that. You said it was waterproof." "No, I didn't. I said it was water resistant." Like, "Well, there's no difference there." I'm like, "Actually, you really gonna have me explain this? Let me get a manager." But the nice thing too, like Microsoft.
Wait, I gotta back up. He did that. He literally did it in the store.
Did it in the store, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Idiots.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you in another time. But this was in a part of the San Francisco Bay Area where idiots is their common last name.
They run rampant.
Unfortunately. But the nice thing, Microsoft made this not only catered to Windows, but also, like you mentioned, iOS and Mac, because on the keyboard itself, you have a command key with that weird kind of swirly thing. And then also for Android users, you have the little home button, which would just bring you back to your home screen. This has Bluetooth 4.0 with 2 channels, so you can actually connect this to 2 devices simultaneously, similar to this headset. So if you need one for your phone, and then simultaneously you need one for your iPad, for $75, this is a great deal. Now, there are definitely cases out there that come with the keyboard embedded, and that's definitely beneficial because it's one less thing to have to worry about. But hell, this thing folds, so it's going to be a lot more compact. It's got really good battery life, and it connects to 2 devices. It's splash proof, splash resistant, or whatever. Lack of backlit keys. It's not a lot, but it's going to save the battery. I guess that's one argument that you can have. Maybe in the next iteration of this, in a year from now, that one will have backlit keys, but you never know.
So here's the question. What would you go for? If you were buying a Surface today, either 3 or Pro 3, would you go for the Surface keyboard, or would you purchase this foldable keyboard?
That's a good question.
I would likely go with the foldable.
I have to agree with you because the Surface itself has its own stand, so I don't have to worry about standing it up. This one I can use on my phone, and there have been a few times where I've used my phone to type out a long email, and I'm in the break room of a store. I'm like, I don't know why I'm not just doing this on my Surface, but I've already started the email on my phone, so then I could just pull out this and connect it to my phone fairly easily. I'd like to try this. I'm just going to go ahead and buy it right now.
I'm thinking about it too. I just clicked on it. It says 2 left in stock, more on the way.
It says 3 left in stock for me. Who bought it? It's all Marty's fault. He bought it.
I don't know. It says ships from and sold by Amazon. So if that's the case, I can actually take this to a Best Buy and get it price matched.
Does Best Buy sell it now?
I don't know. They might have it up. I might even be able to go to the Microsoft store price match.
I don't know.
I can go directly to the Microsoft store and price match it.
Do you have a Microsoft store in your town?
Yeah, we have one on the east side of my town. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's 2 left in stock. I'm really thinking I want to buy this thing. I wish I had my Oh, Marty Lardy, you out in Vegas? Oh, awesome. We were just there. Next time we're in Vegas, we gotta go see Marty Lardy.
Definitely. I'm down for that.
But yeah, I'm thinking about buying this and just ditching my Surface keyboard because I have, where's it at? I have this. This is my Logitech ultra thin mouse.
Oh yeah, how
This thing
is
is-
that? I've been seeing that.
I love this thing. It pairs to two devices via Bluetooth. You just have a little switch right on the back here. You just turn it on and off. And it's so handy. I just keep this in my pocket. I would love to put a foldable keyboard in my pocket too and not have to worry about folding that keyboard out for the Surface. But
I don't know
So-
if it's that much pocketable, but it's definitely more.
when they say
Yeah.
pocket, I mean, look at it compared to the size of the LG G4 when that image comes right back up in our slideshow. I mean, look at it compared to the size of your phone. I mean, you can
Yeah.
pocket that.
I guess.
You got a nice. I wonder. I want to know the durability. That's why I would like to see it in person because I'm wondering, can I back pocket it? You know, like if I sit down, will it still be okay? Is it flexible enough to be in my back pocket? But
I'm
my
going to do one of my infamous drop tests and throw it across the room, and I'll let you know.
oh, so Night Saver 341 is on too. He says he agrees with you, Tony. It's all Marty Lardy's
It's all
fault.
Marty's fault.
But here is my next
take
thought.
the heat off Marty's, not his fault.
Just a bit of speculation. What does this keyboard say about the next Surface?
Oh.
Will we see another keyboard come out with a Surface Pro 4, or will this be the answer for the keyboard on that next Surface?
I think we'll still see a keyboard, man.
All right, something to think about. We'll kind of chime in on that in the month of September as we near towards some maybe official wording or official news on whether or not we'll see a Surface this year or if we'll have to wait until next spring. But I think this is a really a good step forward, and I'm thinking that it might just be in preparation for something pretty sweet. Can you imagine using this with like a HoloLens too? Oh my gosh.
Well, with the HoloLens, I mean, I don't want to get too deep in that. I mean, you could use any keyboard with a HoloLens because you're going to be able to see the keyboard no matter what because you're seeing through the lens.
Right.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
to
Bluetooth?
your point, it's mobile.
Yep.
So I can just walk with it and like, oh, I need to type something.
Exactly.
And instead of doing the air tap thing, like.
Yeah, no one wants to air tap. No one wants to air tap.
Where's
All
that?
right.
It's up here.
So staying with a little bit of Microsoft too, Microsoft puts this very special camera into their phones. They call it the Lumia camera. And for some reason, oh, there it is. I was about to say I can't pull this up. But the Lumia camera is now going to be available on everything now, I guess. Is this just not going to be iOS? It may not be available on iOS, but on Android, on Android you can get the Lumia camera, and it would become the default camera app in Windows 10 phones. But without waiting for the upgrade or going and getting a Windows phone, you can now use it on your Android device. The only caveat though is that you will not get some of the features that people love out of the Lumia camera, which is what do they call it? It's the high definition of it.
HDR?
Not HDR. They call it something else in oh yeah, up there it is. It is HDR. Yeah, it is the dynamic range, yeah.
Hold on.
Oh no, they call it rich capture.
Oh,
Yeah, they call it rich capture. And that's
Yeah,
just the one thing. Are you looking on your Android phone to see if you have
I'm
it?
looking on my Nexus 6. I don't see it, but I don't think they're saying that it's not that it's Android phones. They're saying that it's going to be available for all Windows phones. So if you get a Windows phone from HTC or Samsung, it'll work on that, but it has to be a Windows phone.
Oh, it's not. So it's not. Oh, I thought this was saying it would be on Android. What did I see?
No.
Somebody said it on Android. Oh, non-Microsoft phones. Okay, so I'm
Non-Microsoft.
misreading that.
Yeah.
So non-Microsoft phones. Well, when are we going to see those though? it seems like everyone searched for Lumia camera on the Play Store because it pops up as a completed search.
Yeah, me too. We got Lumia selfie, Lumia camera, Lumia launcher, Lumia Creative Studio.
Yeah, so everybody's looking for it. So that was some poor wording.
Here's the thing, though. I mean, I guess camera software is good and all, and definitely software can make your camera experience that much better. But if your camera sucks, Nexus 6, then it's not really going to be much that's gonna get it out of hot water.
Yeah. But they say there will be some crashing issues. But
Yeah.
we'll see. So I guess they're testing these on phones already if they see it out there. I just want to know when this next line of Windows phones is coming out because I'm biding my time between this Note 5, whether I want the Note 5 or if I want to wait for the Windows phone in October or whenever they decide to come out with it. I need more info, man. I need to know.
Well, I'm definitely not getting a Note 5 for keeps. I'm still trying to get one for a review from Samsung.
Oh yeah.
MWW, hit me up, thanks. Nightsaber says, I saw something a while back where it was a very small projector that would hang around your neck and would let you interact with whatever it would project on any surface. Are you talking, Nightsaber, are you talking kind of an augmented reality kind of thing, or it was just, I'm not exactly sure what you're speaking of, but Braz, what he might be talking about is similar to the Lenovo Flex 3 display at Fry's. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't.
If you look on our company channel on Facebook, we have two videos, one that I put up and another one that I think Chadwick put up, that showed an interactive surface where it was being projected from above, and you can actually interact with these non-otherworld things on the actual surface itself.
Oh, is that what that was? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. So
I kind of glanced at the video.
Yeah, so Nightsaber, if that's what you're talking about, I mean, that kind of technology has been around, but it hasn't been miniaturized. I've yet to see the miniaturized version of this, but that'd be kind of cool. I mean, I definitely can see the gamification of it. There are definite real-world vertical scenarios where if you're maybe a doctor and you need to kind of do a hollow projection of the body, and while you're in a board meeting room or something like that, or if you're an architect that you need to project the layouts of blueprint, instead of actually pulling out the blueprint, you can have a digital blueprint from this little projector. That would definitely be handy, and it'd be interactive too. Oh, you saw it on TED Talks. Well, yeah, man. TED Talks, I mean, those are great, and there's a lot of stuff that they talk about in TED Talks that don't come to fruition, but I wouldn't put it past whoever the developers were to actually get it out there in the wild. So, yeah.
Well, there you have it. Anybody want to see if we're moving into gaming news? You have any other tech news? I put some other things into our show prep, but I don't want to get right into that stuff just yet. Like I said, this is just a test show, so we want to check out some other things. Do you have any other tech news?
Yeah, I mean, we kind of talked about it a few weeks ago. I just want to touch on the hilarity and the of it all. But when the Ashley Madison hack happened, at first it was like, oh, this sucks for all those people, but we don't have any real proof of it. And apparently the hackers that had like 300 gigabytes worth of data released 10 gigabytes and now 20 gigabytes into what's known as the dark web. So if you have a Tor, if you're on Tor or you've got the Onion browser, you can go and check it out yourself. And there's a whole database that you can just search for names. And there have been people that have signed up with their .gov or .mil email accounts. And I mean, one argument is, to create an Ashley Madison account, you give them an email address, but you don't have to go back to the email to verify that it's you. So one argument is a lot of these are fake accounts as pranks. but you still don't want to get to that conversation with the missus or the mister about it. And then some other people were saying, oh, but it's just the source code of the web page. So it's not, a huge amount is not all like user data. It's just the source code. Source code's huge. Source code is everything, the backbone of the website, of their apps, of their CDN. I mean, if anything else, this gives the other hackers the know-how how to break into the encryption that Ashley Madison was using. Because apparently, Ashley Madison was using fairly decent encryption tools, but obviously they weren't the greatest. And I don't know. I mean, it sucks for that company. Whatever you feel about that company's service, it sucks for a company to have this happen to them.
Right.
It's just that because of the topic that they procure and they are representing is such a down looked upon kind of topic that we all kind of say, oh well, screw them. What the fuck were they doing for other people? Here's the thing: if people are going to want to do things like that, they're going to do it in a Yahoo chat room or on Craigslist. It just so happens that AshleyMadison.com made it easier. How
do you know it's easy, Tony? How do you know it's easy?
The company apparently was also looking to go public in with the stock exchange over in England, and I highly doubt that's going to happen. So there's that.
All right.
I also got a chance to play around with the Amazon Echo. I don't know if you played around with this yet, Braz, but some Staples locations actually have a in-store demo of how the Echo works.
That's the Alexis thing?
Yeah, the Alexa thing. So I walked into the store and I set up my table for my demo, and I just so happened to be very close to the Amazon Echo. And there wasn't a lot of foot traffic, so I was just playing around with the Amazon Echo. And for what it is, it's actually quite useful. It didn't hear me. Like there's one tech pundit that I have mad respect for. He said that the microphones are so they pick up so much that you can be in another room and it can hear you. But I was like maybe 7 feet away from it. She didn't hear me, and I had to go 3 feet away, and she did hear me. But you can ask it stupid questions. I asked it, "Hey, what's the score of the Giants and the Pirates?" And Alexa or the Echo said, "Oh, they're not playing right now. They're playing in 2 hours. But yesterday's score was 4-0 Pirates." I'm like, "Yeah, stop reminding me. I'd like to know about the score today. Please remind me when the game comes on." And in about 2 hours, she reminded me. I was like, "Holy crap, that's great!" And I don't want to get one myself personally because that would mean I'd have to invest in being part of the Amazon ecosystem, as well as all these other ecosystems I'm already invested in, financially and mentally and physically. But for people that want a simple AI countertop speaker, this is for $100-$200, this is great.
Wait, which one is it? Is it 100 or is it 200?
Well, when it first came out, it was only 100 for Prime members, and if you're not a Prime member, you can buy it now too for $200. But if you want to get one and you are a Prime member, my wife, I inadvertently signed her up as a Prime user. You can get one for the small price of only $179.
Yeah, see, at $179 right here now.
Yeah.
While I was still on Amazon, might as well look it up.
Yeah, just wait for Black Friday. And the thing about Black Friday, though, if you want any of the good sales, apparently you have to, just like what they did on Amazon Day, you have to be awake at 12 midnight Eastern time, not Pacific time, which pissed a lot of people off. But there you go.
That is so funny. So ZDNet is quoted as calling the Amazon Echo a perfect 10. I think they're taking a stab at somebody. That's really funny. A perfect 10. All right. And does it listen to anybody and everybody then? So
yeah.
does it?
All you gotta do is say, "Hey Alexa."
So my kids are just gonna be going crazy if I got this in the house.
Kids love it. They're like, "Hey Alexa, tell me a joke. Hey Alexa, tell me a joke. Hey Alexa, tell me a joke." And I was like, okay, kids, we gotta go to school. One more joke, Dad. Like, no, we gotta go.
Yeah, and then I'm seeing here it connects to the to IoT devices like Wink and Hue.
Yep.
Along with
hey Alexa, turn on the lights in the living room.
Nice. And there's of course apps for it for both Android tablets, phones, and the Apple App Store. Nothing for Windows, I guess. So you're right. You got to get into one of those ecosystems.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll think about that. I do kind of like the idea of it to where something that is always listening instead of something you have to press. That's why I like my Xbox, because the Xbox is always listening. But versus my phone or my PC now with Windows 10, Cortana has to be kind of activated first before she hears what you or she's ready to hear what you have to say. So yeah, that may be pretty interesting to get in the house. Okay, what's that?
One last thing, also in Windows tech news, apparently the backwards compatibility for the Xbox One is being delayed 1 week. So, sorry, but it's just 1 week, 7 days.
I did not hear that. But that does lead us into gaming news. So, backwards compatibility, 1 week delayed.
Yeah.
Check out the segues, right? Check out the segue.
Plan.
All right, so I think I got this video all set up. I got to see where the capture's at. But this is a little bit of... is this entire... this is a preview. I don't know how long this is. This is coming from... Oh, this is long. Oh, you know what? I'm not going to play that. I want to play a little bit of it.
3, baby.
Look at that futuristic man.
Look at that futuristic lady. It's all it's very, very futuristic. Even more futuristic, one might argue.
Let's see a little bit of this. This is Polygon talking.
They said it couldn't be done, but
do I have this all
even
set?
more sillier and futuristic.
I don't think anybody said it couldn't be done. This is the Call of Duty Black Ops 3 beta, which is going to open up for PS4 users on August 19th. And then I want to say August 26th, it's going to go up on Xbox One and PC. If you
I guess I can't get that video.
I played it basically all last night. We got this code midday yesterday, and I was up until maybe 2 a.m. playing it. That person just got destroyed.
Yes.
But then that person just got destroyed, and then that guy did too.
Oh, his legs. Good for him.
There we go.
Leg carnage has just happened. There's a lot to go over, so I'm going to kind of burn through it. At the beginning there, you saw me picking a specialization, which is a new system in the game. There are 9 different, basically, characters, each with 2 special powers, and you can see that charging there in the bottom right. It
Black
charges
Ops.
up over time, and it charges
Black
to
Ops
get a
3.
kill. And those vary
And
from
this is
like
beta
support.
for
This one
PS4
gives me like
users?
a little sonar beacon that makes enemy silhouettes show up on my screen, which is really handy.
I
But
like
then
him
there are
talking.
also powers
Turn
that give you
talking
special
down.
weapons, like the Tempest, which chains lightning between different enemies. There's an exploding bow, which is very fun to use.
Okay, so this is the Black Ops 3 beta that we're looking at the bottom here. It turns out that I guess the beta preview was available on PS4. Am I moving that? Yeah. It was available on PS4. And at this point, it now has... It was only for gamers who pre-ordered Black Ops 3 on PlayStation 4. But now, they have opened it up as of the end of this week for all PlayStation 4 players.
All of you.
Everybody gets Black Ops 3.
Black Ops 3.
You get Black Ops 3.
You get
Black Ops 3. You get Black Ops 3.
You. Not you, though.
There's no
Marty Lardy, we're talking to you. You don't get Black Ops 3.
You, no Marty. No Vegas.
expensive, but if you died, it didn't reset.
So it was announced during a tweet or on Treyarch's official Twitter feed. They said, let's dial this up a notch to at PlayStation 4 hashtag BO3 beta is now open for all PlayStation 4 players. Let's go. So it, like I said, launched earlier in the week for only
just
beta
imagining all the
subscribers.
people that saw that tweet and like they were holding something and they just throw it down on the ground and run to the PS4 like download now.
Well, I'm just not. I actually just found out today that this is available, but
You like pushed your kid out of the way. I gotta go download this.
nobody's mentioning the fact of like what. I'm sorry to say, I don't want to start a console war over this, but Microsoft never would have done this. And this is why Activision can't give PlayStation 4 exclusive, even timed releases like this. Because how could you tout since E3 that the time exclusivity that Xbox received for the past 3-4 years for Xbox or for Call of Duty titles is now over, and it will release at the same time. All maps will come first now on PlayStation 4. And then on top of that, say that only PlayStation 4 pre-orders will get access to the beta first. And then not even 5 days into that, you say everybody on PS4 gets it. What made me special about my pre-order? Isn't that why I ran out the pre-order?
Yeah, no, that makes a good point. Ooh, free running.
It just seems like, I guess it's seeming to be like Treyarch's decision to do that. But at the same time, it seems like you're messing up the idea of what this exclusivity is.
Like what the pre-order is all about.
Right, because now for me, I feel like I can't trust the fact that if I do get it on PlayStation 4, that I truly am going to get maps first. You know, like, I just don't think, for PlayStation players in Black Ops in the past, we would have to wait, a month and a half to get the maps that Xbox would get first. Now I just kind of feel like, okay, PlayStation's going to get the maps first, and then 5 days later, Xbox will. Because you don't give me any sense of exclusivity, especially if it comes down to just a pre-order.
Yeah, it was only a 5-day exclusive.
Yeah, it does not seem like they're taking it that serious. They said the beta is expected to run through this coming Sunday, so I guess that's over. Are you serious? It was only a 3-day beta? So I even missed that. But the betas for Windows PC and Xbox One are expected on August 26th. It's unknown. What's that?
I don't know if it's the same thing, man, but I remember when Titanfall was in beta, and then they made it open beta, and then they closed it.
But that was a while. It took a while for them to go from closed beta to open beta.
That's true. It was more than 5 days.
Yeah, I think it was more like a month. It was more like a month that you had to wait.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what it was. It was.
I've always wanted to swim in video games.
The open beta opened up when the game was about to just be out in like 2 weeks. That's when the open beta opened up for everyone. And I think they even did something where it was open up for everyone and you didn't even have to have gold at that point. Because again, that's when that was right around the time where the Xbox One first launched, and people were still kind of getting on the bandwagon of, okay, if I do want to play online, I need gold. But Xbox was doing some things where they were allowing players who didn't have gold. There you go, practicing right there with the circles, with the O's. But there is no talks from Treyarch just yet whether or not the beta experiences that will be opening up on the 26th for PC and Xbox One will be open to anyone else on the platform outside of pre-orders the way they did here. So I guess that's going to be a big news story at the end of the week, because it does seem, based on what's happening here, that by next Saturday or by this coming Saturday, that everybody will be able to have experienced the beta by then. So maybe it's something to take a look at. Now, does this Call of Duty look anything different to you?
Well, from the Call of Duties that I played, yeah, because you can swim and...
Well, from the ones you played, yeah, you got a big leap from Call of Duty too.
Whatever. Shut up, dude. Maybe.
Call of Duty on Wii U? I know you got the Wii.
Last time I played Call of Duty was on paper by myself, and I was just drawing it out.
Yeah.
I would go here.
All right, so I guess that's enough Call of Duty. We'll turn that off for now.
What have you guys been playing? Marty, Night Saver? Let us know in the chat.
Yeah, if you're excited about Call of Duty, let us know, because we'll probably just be watching your gameplay.
Yeah, seriously. I'm just going to live vicariously through these guys.
So I'm going to jump around a little bit in the news here, because we do need to wrap this up a bit. So Gears of War designer Cliff Bleszinski teases announcement for his next game. This is the game that has come to be known as Project Blue Streak, possibly having a name now, according to Nexon, who he signed his publishing deal with. They are welcoming The Shattering. That's on their official website, so you can get over there, sign up for news. And there seems to be an announcement ready for Wednesday at 9 a.m. Pacific time. That's going to be 12 p.m. on my East Coast brothers. But yeah, you stay tuned this week for more about the game that Cliffy B. I'm going to call him Cliffy B because that's who he is. You can't keep on going by this Cliff Bleszinski. He's Cliffy B. He will always be Cliffy B to me. So Marty Lardy says we've been playing Dirty Bomb and Starbound. Night Saber's been playing Starbound too. So they have been getting into some Call of Duty Black Ops beta. We're going to play TF2 yesterday as well. Team Fortress 2?
Team Fortress 2!
There's a big jump between some Black Ops and some Team Fortress. But okay, yeah, I get it. You got a game in the game.
I don't have any insider information about The Shattering, but I do know this. A very good friend of mine, as of last Tuesday, left his position as the lead tech at a major retail outlet to go work in North Carolina with the games with Epic, to essentially create a brand new quality check team for essentially not just to say, oh, there's glitch here, there's bugs here. It's a quality check team to see if the game is worth competition level. So
I see.
This is a brand new program that they've implemented. He was under NDA. He couldn't say what he plays, what game he's going to play. He actually said he doesn't really know the details too much. But what he does know is that, you know, they were asking about his expertise in FPSs and a little bit on like MMOs, but more so on FPSs. And so what this new quality check team is going to do is there's 10 of them, so they're going to be playing 5-on-5 every day to see if not only if the game runs well, but how good are the guns? Is the reloading good? Is this really heavy-duty gun worth the heavy-dutiness of it, the rarity of it? Is this armor any good? Things like that. The things that really matter to competitive play, that's what these guys are going to do. And if they have anything to do with Project Blue Streak and The Shattering and anything else, I've talked to this guy many times about gaming, and as much as my gaming knowledge is very minimal, I've been very impressed. I've seen some of his gameplay as well too. I've been very impressed with him and his team. He's been playing with this team for years. They used to be in tournaments as a group. They used to travel the United States, and now they're going to work for one of the big dogs directly. So if you play this game competitively in the future, and he is actually working on it, and you like it, you can probably thank him. If you don't like it, you probably will probably not be very happy with them.
Hear from me at least. Hear from me.
Yeah, Night Saber says, just so you know, we can hear the video playing in the background.
Yeah, I just stopped that. So thanks a lot, Night Saber, for being on and giving us a heads up.
Night Saber, you are the saver of the night.
That's why he's named that, dude. Like, I'm brass because I'm the brass of the night.
3341.
So yeah, we'll just stay on the top of that news on Wednesday. We'll talk some more probably about that next week too on the show. And then lastly, no one cares, or at least the folks over at Bethesda, about how Fallout 4 looks. But I do. I still care. But now that I got my gaming PC, I might not care. I'll be okay with it. But according to the folks over at Bethesda, they're not too concerned with all the the talk that has been brewing over the summer since E3 when the game debuted about the game's graphics and general appearance. This is coming from Pete Hines. He stated in an interview to metro.co.uk, he's quoted as saying, "It definitely doesn't upset us." He continues to add that at the end of the day, whether it's what the graphics look like, or whether the gameplay is what you want, or whether you like the setting, or whatever it is, everybody is entitled to their opinion. So he's basically saying, I don't give a fuck if you don't like the game.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like, again, they are putting a PR spin on it. You know, before you, when these executives get interviewed, usually they're given the list of questions beforehand, so their PR people can go over how they would want him to answer the question. And instead of saying something along the lines of, you know, we're going to fix this issue, because if they were to say that, it would acknowledge the fact that they have, in a sense, kind of screwed up, and they don't want to acknowledge that.
So many game developers and design houses have done it in the past.
I know, but it seems, I mean, it seems very Apple-like. Like, we haven't screwed up. Like, well, if you think it's wrong, well, maybe you can fix it with your own settings and stuff. But I'm sure simultaneously they've got the engineers like, okay, what can we do to fix this?
Right. Now, the story's been spun that, Bethesda is really just backing everybody else and just saying, we're not that concerned about the graphics because the mod community will fix it. That's not exactly what they're saying, but I guess it is implied that the mods will be out there, or the modders will be out there, and they'll be changing some things up in ways. But I just like I just love his continued quote. He says, "You can use whatever criteria you want to buy or not to buy a game," which, yeah. I like what he's ultimately saying, but just the idea of what he said there. Whatever criteria you want to buy or not buy a game. So, redundancy altogether, because ultimately it's not up to me. He says, I don't get to go up to each individual consumer and say, quote, you have to buy this game or I'm going to try to convince you otherwise. So I like that because he is taking a stance. He's saying, I'm going to make the game and it's up to you whether or not you want to buy it. You can use whatever criteria you want to buy the game. But what I don't understand is his second half of that statement where he says, I'm not going to try to convince you otherwise. Now, I understand that's not his job as a designer and developer. That's not his job. It's a marketing team's job to convince you to buy the game.
And also, just like with the new operating system that you and I have launched, you can't please everybody, and that's kind of the stance that he's taking. It's like, I can't please everyone. Like, we are, putting blood, sweat, and tears into this game. Obviously, we know that this is a game that people have been waiting for many, many years, and for the most part, the majority of people are going to like it. But the few people that have been vocal about the graphics, they are still a few people, and they're going to say what they're going to say, and we're going to do what we do, and again, maybe down the line the graphics will get better, and so those people will shut up. But the game's not even out yet. It's out in November. We're in October, or not even October. Sorry, we're in August.
Whoa, you're jumping.
I time traveled. Sorry, I have this
welcome back
wobbly thing over here. But
welcome back or welcome forward. I don't know which way I don't know which way you're moving. But
every which way. That's why I'm so tired all the time. But that's the thing. Like, this is the same argument that I gave to people, that I gave to my friend that said the Star Wars graphics for Star Wars Battlefront look crap. I'm like, well, first off, you're in the alpha. Okay? You're in the alpha. Right. So calm down. And so the people that are looking at the gameplay for right now, this is still alpha. It might be beta, but whatever it is, it's not launch.
Well, but at the same time, you're saying like it's only a few who have issues with the graphics. My only issue with it then, if it's only a few people that have the issues with the graphics, why make this sort of statement? If you're going to make a statement to those few, why not make the statement, I guess it would be borderline convincing, but just give us some reasoning behind why do the graphics look like that? What is the thought process behind that?
Maybe he doesn't want to feel like he has to cave to their pressure.
Yeah, it's not really caving. It's just really just kind of accepting the fact that the graphics are what they are and then owning up to it. But it doesn't seem like he's really owning up to it. It just seems like they're going about it in a different way of just saying, well, fine, if you don't like it, you don't like it. Instead of, we did this because this is what we wanted. We wanted to go into this new direction, or we wanted to focus more on mechanics rather than graphics, you know. But they're not saying that. They're just saying, you either love it or you hate it. But it doesn't make us any difference. We're going to make this same game. So I think if you're only talking to a very few or a minority of your gaming audience, then talk to them then. You know, don't dismiss them like that. And I think that's why I get the feeling of his quotes within that. It's being very dismissive. Well, if you don't like it, don't buy it.
Yeah.
Which we already know. We already know that. If I don't like it, I'm not going to buy it. But give me a reason to buy it then. That's what I would say. So, on to other news. We only got a couple more stories here. Actually, maybe just one more.
We'll do one more. First off, LA Gamer for Life. He says that we look like Key and Peele.
Key and Peele. I guess that's a compliment. Who are you?
I'll go with it.
Who are you? Are you gonna be Peele?
I guess whoever the bald guy is.
I guess I.
Because
are you the bald guy? Oh, jeez, that's a total flop.
I don't know.
Last up in the stories.
I'll be Wonder Woman. See, I'm invisible. Oh wait, no, she's not. I
should have been invisible because I wanted to go get another beer. Last story. This is borderline. This is just we have to do an actual video for this feature, and this is what we're in with, and this is very fitting for this feature. This is about our Attention You. This is our Attention You segment. Basically, some news you need to know coming straight at you, to your attention.
Dun, dun.
There's the music for it. So it turns out Windows 10's face detection isn't easily fooled by twins. So I guess down in Australia, a group got together for a little impromptu, informal sort of testing where they got a few twins together. Did you say a few twins or a couple of twins? Or a few couples? Is there a few couples of twins?
Yeah, you can get a couple of twins.
A few couple of twins. A few couples of twins.
They say the sets of identical twins.
Okay. They got some sets of identical twins. And they put them in front of the feature for Windows 10 called Windows Hello, where you can sign into your computer, laptop, desktop, whatever it is. I guess these are really on desktop or laptop computers, but you can sign in with facial recognition or fingerprints, and in this case, they're doing facial recognition. But it turns out that Windows 10 was able to detect the difference between each of those twins. There was never one time in this study that it allowed the other twin to sign into their twin's account through facial recognition. Now they did try this on, what was the computer they used on? They used it on a
Lenovo
Yoga 3. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a 14-inch Yoga 3. It has a depth sensing camera, so it's not to say that this is going to be the same camera and everything that utilizes Windows Hello. But just the fact of the matter is that only one time did each of the twins in the set experienced an ability to sign into their own account just through, I guess, statistical probability that you're not going to get 100% sign in anyway. But you basically were not able. They were not able to sign in into their twins' account, and it really did identify who was who in that case. Now they're saying that this is a small sample of twins. They're not saying that there's not a set of twins out there that could fool Windows 10, but just on the surface, it seems that. See what I did there on the surface? You think that AR cameras come into the Surface Pro 4?
Ooh, that would make sense.
I would love that. I mean, you can't make your flagship device not have one of the flagship features of Windows 10. That's all I'm saying. So that would be nice. But knowing that it can't be fooled, that's pretty awesome. You will stay secure. And that's what I was kind of afraid of. If I did ever want to go get a device that could do that, would I still just go ahead and stick the password and not do a facial recognition or fingerprint scan? But I like the idea that, even if Twins can't fool it and I get a good enough device, I think I'll be pretty okay with just opening my device and going with the facial recognition. What would you do? Would you do it?
Yeah.
What if your kid? What if your kid grew up to look just like you? Would you do it then?
Yeah. Because my son is my stepson, so he'll probably look like his dad.
Okay.
And my daughter will have long hair, and unless I decide to go long haired, I don't think I'll have that problem.
Yeah, they said at one point the one twin actually did their hair up a different way and put on glasses. I think it was it glasses? And still was not able to recognize. Yeah, they removed their glasses and adjusted their hair, and it was still not able to fool Windows 10. So that's good stuff right there, man. That's good stuff.
It's good to
I'm
know.
excited. So that would do it for this little test episode. I'm not sure how long we went for. It should have told me, just an hour and a half. So good. We can get this fully on YouTube. We'll put it up tomorrow for your viewing pleasure. If you are catching it on the replay, remember you can check out One Life to Play on Twitter and Facebook at One Life to Play. And you can find us on YouTube at One Life to Play. Tony, how can they find Lazy Tech Guys, the LTG?
LTG can be found on Twitter at Lazy Tech Guys, Facebook and Google Plus Lazy Tech Guys, and our YouTube channel Lazy Tech TV.
All right, and we definitely want to know your thoughts on the new video setup. How does stream go? How does it sound? So you can pop those off in the comments section of the YouTube video when that's up tomorrow morning or later today, I should say. But when that is up, definitely pop those comments in. We appreciate all your thoughts, comments, likes, subscribes. We would not be able to do this without you guys because you are the audience. Otherwise, we'll just be talking to each other. And I don't like talking to Tony that much. Not that much, man. Not that much. So, all right, and we will likely be back on tomorrow for our regularly scheduled program. However, it may be a little delayed because I am going to be at a midnight release for a couple games because I guess it's going to be an All-Star Tuesday. We get some Madden and some Gears of War collection on Tuesday, so I will be at a midnight release, but I should be back in time to do our regularly scheduled program, which you can watch live, the recording only on twitch.tv/OneLifeToPlay. Tony, any closing thoughts?
Tip your waitress.
Definitely. Marty already says thanks, guys. See you tomorrow. Bye, Tony. Bye, Brass. Bye, Marty. And we will definitely see you tomorrow. Until next time, and always in between time, game on.